Today we are gonna cook one of my favorite dishes. We're gonna slow cook a piece of meat for many hours and it's gonna be amazing. Now, what I love about it is the fact that it's so easy to make, but it's so impressive. I don't know why before I learned how to cook, I thought that dealing with meat and slow cooked meat and beef is hard to make, but once I understood that you just need to cut everything, peel everything, put everything in a pot and in the oven or on the stove and wait, it's amazing. It's now in the winter here in Israel. I really believe that it's one of the best options you can have when it comes to eating healthy. So let's see what we have here. Now, I must be honest, I prepared everything in advance because peeling and cutting everything, like it takes too much time. I'm just gonna cut everything to pieces, but to peel the garlic, I hate peeling garlic. If you have a recommendation on how to peel garlic easily, let me know, because peeling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 pieces of garlic was a nightmare. So we have 12 pieces of garlic. We have around, let's see exactly if we want to be precise, we have 2.6 kilograms of meat. This is in Israel. I don't know if you do it also outside of Israel. We give the pieces of meat, like the cuts of the meat, numbers, I'm sorry. So this is number 6, chuck thunder, from what I saw online, and it's really good for slow cooking and like giving it time and letting it like in the oven for long hours, and it's very good. We have 2 onions, 3 carrots, 2 zucchinis, and a lot of potatoes that I peeled as well. And listen, let me show you what you need to do. First, I'm gonna wash my hands. So what you need to do is turn on the oven 180 degrees, let it cook, take out the tray. No, you know what, you don't even need to take out the tray, leave it. I'm going to show you why in a second. The pot I have, this is a sautage. I don't know if you also say it like that in English, but that's the Israeli name. I know it's not stainless steel, I bought it, but it's good, and I don't use knives on it, so it doesn't like got ruined fast. Once I see that it starts to scratch, I'm gonna buy a stainless steel one, but it was expensive and it was before the process of me changing everything, and I bought it, so I don't want to buy something again. And listen, that's what you need to do. You need to put the pieces of meat, let me reorganize so you can see better. You need to put the pieces of meat at the bottom, and the reason for that is because you want the meat to be below all the fluids, the water, the things you're gonna add, and you don't want to like let it, once I put it at top and it wasn't that nice, the meat dried a bit, and yeah, I don't recommend it. Now, let's start cutting things. The order here doesn't really matter. The only thing I want to put at the end is the onions, and I will show you why as well. And here, again, with my favorite Victorinox knife, I'm just going to start cutting it. Big pieces, big chunks of carrot. You see? Easy. Put inside. Now, the zucchinis. Also, you want big size like pieces, because then it will be the nicest bite. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it will be soft from the inside and a bit less soft from the outside, and it's like the texture, something that is really important when it comes to when it comes to food, and I learned it from a good cooking book that doesn't really give you recipes, it just explains to you about things in the kitchen, is that the textures of the food are very important. If you have a meal that it's very tasty but it's all mushy, then it will be less good, less tasty. If you do it like the other way around, that you have texture. So also here, big chunks of potato that I'm gonna add. Okay, I wanted to do even more things, but I'm happy I didn't, because now I see that it's really like gonna be full of interesting stuff. Now I know that some of you might ask, why didn't I like put it on high heat before the meat? And the reason is because I used to do it. A lot of people told me you need to close the meat, like sear it a bit. And to be honest, after, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 hours, once I did 18 hours, it was insane, but we don't have time here because now it's 11:30 a.m. and my parents are gonna come at around 5, 6 p.m. So we don't want them to wait. But the longer you put the meat, the better. And also, searing the meat before, it's like pointless because it comes out great even without it. Maybe one day, if you want, I can cook both and taste it, but I felt that it's not that important. Now I'm gonna put the garlic. Okay, spread it around. Also put it like below so it will cook well. We cut it a bit. Okay, this one is a bit too big. Common sense, okay? Yeah, you want big, but you don't want too big. Now I'm gonna cut the onions really thin. And I'm gonna open it and spread it around at the top, and then it will, like, during the cooking process, it will caramelize and it will be amazing. Again, put everything, spread it around. I just opened the onion, like the layers, and it's really one of my favorite dishes. I started doing it when I left home. My mom used to do it for me and I really love it, so I wanted to learn. I used to have like a slow cooker, like a pot, and it broke and I wanted to buy a new one, and then I realized that I want to buy a new oven when I moved to my own apartment, and we did, and I decided not to buy a new slow cooker and I just used the oven instead. Ooh, the onions. Most of the times I don't feel it, but sometimes I do. I don't know why. Spread everything around. Don't miss anything. You see, it's full. I think that's the biggest piece of meat I ever put in this pot. So it's gonna be interesting. Now here, I want you to see before. You see, full of good stuff. And beside of that, let's put a bit of olive oil just for the touch. Okay. Spread some salt. You don't need too much here. The meat has saltiness to it, and I prefer adding it at the end also if I need to, but don't put too much so it won't be salty. And now you need to put liquid in order for it to, like, you're gonna close the lid and you need it to heat up, because if you don't put anything it will just dry and burn, and you don't want that. So you have a few options. You have water, you have beer, and you have wine. Here I have a few friends that brought me a few 6 packs of beer, so I'm gonna put beer inside. So let me bring the beer. This is not sponsored by this brand, even though if they want to sponsor my videos, I won't say no, because it's a good beer, I won't lie. So just pour the beer in. Let me move everything and bring it closer to you. And you don't need to worry about the alcohol because the alcohol vaporizes with the heat, and yeah, it's not an issue. And really, it's not that you taste beer when you cook like that, but I don't know, it makes it much better. It doesn't taste like beer when you eat it, but it improves everything. Let's see, it looks good. I will add more water. I added 2 bottles of beer and a bit of water just for it to be more full. That's good. I don't want to add more, just in case that, you know, the meat will extract water and it will be too much and it will all come out of the pot. It will be a mess and I don't want to get my oven dirty. And yeah, as you can see, let me show you. Ooh, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, full of good stuff. And as you can see, I didn't add any spices, like nothing, no garlic powder, no paprika. You can do it. I'm not saying that it will be bad if you do, but I just like the taste of the meat with the vegetables and the onion and the garlic and the beer. It's enough for me. Yeah, now we just need to find the lid. Where is the lid? Oh, yeah, I put it back here. Close it. Remember, 180 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna put the Fahrenheit here because I'm a nice person. And here, something you need to remember is you need to have a pot that is good for the oven. You need to make sure that it's good for high degrees because in the end, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in 180 for 6 hours more or less, and right when the guests come, my parents, they're not guests, they're like they come all the time, but yeah, guests, you can call them guests. I'm gonna take out the lid and I'm gonna bring the heat instead of 180 to 220 for like 5 minutes, maybe a bit less. It's gonna be amazing, I can promise you that. I'm gonna film everything as it goes, and yeah, as you can see, everything is ready. And take out the silicone part because they are good for 180 degrees but not for 220. And the good thing in my oven, I will show you in a second, is that the thing comes out and you can just lay it over. So I'm going to do it and then I'm going to explain it to you because it's hard for me to explain. It comes out and you don't need to I don't know, maybe you know what I'm talking about and you're not impressed, but I had a very bad oven before and this makes me really happy. Before I do, I want to add a sheet because sometimes water comes out and again, helps to clean everything later. Opa. Okay. And now put it in the oven. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you see now this just goes inside and it's, even though it's heavy, it's easy. And then when you want to check, you just take it out and it's amazing. It's one of those small things in the kitchen that make your life easy. Now it's 11:41 more or less. I'm gonna check on it once every now and then, and I'm gonna keep you updated. And of course, when it's ready, I'm gonna let you know if it's good or not. See you in a few hours. Okay, guys, it's almost 6, so mean 6 hours passed since we put it in the oven. And what we're gonna see now, I won't lie, I opened it a few times just to mix it, but we're gonna do it again. So as you can see, it already, already looks good, looks really good. Be careful because it's super hot, of course. I lowered the temperature a bit because it burned a bit. As you know, I usually do it for longer, but because I didn't have enough time today to let it cook for longer, so I had to speed it up a bit. If you have more time, it will be better. But as you can see, it looks really good. Really, really, really good. And yeah, that will be a good time to add a bit of salt. We're gonna wait. My wife needs to come back from something, and then we're gonna eat. But a bit of salt into the water, that way it melts and spreads around. Yes, and my wife just arrived, and yeah, so let's see, in like, let's say 30 minutes we're gonna finish. Yes, looks so good. See you soon. Okay, so it's ready. The only thing I did while you were not here is that I took it out for another time. I cut it into pieces, like cuts, and so it will have a little bit of crust, and I added a bit of olive oil, and that's it. So let's take it out now. Guys, it looks amazing. Have a look. Have a look. The crust. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. See? The carrots, everything is super soft. Here also fall apart. And this time I was a bit in a hurry, so I was a bit afraid that it will not come out as soft. But look, it's just like, wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's give it a try, shall we? One good bite. Let me choose one. Choose wisely, choose wisely. It's a bit too big. Okay. Okay, I chose a good one with all the crust and everything. Let me, like, בתיאבון. Amazing, amazing. So guys, you gotta try it. Something else I want to say is, I know I said before that this is chuck tender, but you can do it with all the types of meats that are like good for slow cooking. Wow, really turned out great. I'm so happy. Have a look one more time. בתיאבון. Bye, my friends. See you in the next video.